Hello and welcome to the lesson today. Today we shall look at the transportation model and we shall concentrate on the northwest corner rule method. Northwest corner rule is a method of assigning or transporting items from manufacturing plant M1, M2, M3, M4 to warehouse W1, W2, W3 and W4. The capacities for the manufacturing plants M1, M2, M3, M4 are 700, 400, 300 and 600 respectively. That gives us a total of 2000 units. Similarly, the capacities for warehouse 1, 2, 3 and 4, W1, W2, W3 and W4 are 800, 400, 700 and 100 respectively. That also totals to 2000 units. In the northwest corner rule, we begin with the northwest or the northwest number, that's the top left, and we shall be assigning from top left downwards to the bottom east, that's bottom right. Good. So the first item or the first assignment we shall do, we shall look at the capacity of warehouse 1 and compare that with the capacity of manufacturing plant 1, and that is 700. That tells you we are supposed to assign 700 from M1 to W1. So we shall assign by writing 700 next to 2 shillings. If we take these ones to be the costs of transportation from the manufacturing plants M1 to M4 up to the warehouse W1 to W4. After assigning the 700 from M1, we have cleared the capacity of M1 and therefore we cancel M1 capacity 700. Likewise, we look at the assignment or the capacity for MW1 and see that we have assigned 700, but the total capacity was 800. Therefore, we shall cancel the 800 and indicate we have a balance of 100 in the capacity of W1. The northwest corner rule states that we shall not move to the next column until we have cleared our balance here. Looking at what we have here, we have said we have a balance of 100 and the capacity for W1 being 800, having assigned 700, we now have a balance of 100 for W1. But M1 has already cleared its capacity, that was 700, and therefore we shall assign the 100 from M2. So we assign the 100 here from M2 and also cancel that balance that was remaining from M1 to W1. Now, we consider also the capacity for M2 and the total capacity was 400. Remember, we have already assigned 100 from M2. And therefore, the remaining balance for M2 will be 300. So we cancel 400 and write 300. Now, the next thing you do is to consider, because again, we don't move to the next row, we don't move from M2 to M3 until we have cleared the balance for M2. So the next thing we shall look at is to assign the 300 to W2. And assigning 300 to W2 would mean that we shall assign from M2 to W2. So that is at 6, we shall assign 300 at 6 shillings. And therefore, we shall cancel the 300 balance and also look at the capacity for W2. And we shall say we have assigned 300 to W2. And so the balance shall now be only 100. Capacity for W2 is 100 and we have cleared the capacity for M2 because it was 300 balance. We have assigned that 300 to W2 and so we have already cleared that balance for M2. So M1 and M2 have already been cleared. Now we move downwards to the M3 and M4, manufacturing plant 3 and manufacturing plant 4. Right, now that we have cleared the capacity for M2 and we still have a capacity to W2 of 100, we pick that 100 from M3 at 10 shillings. We shall assign that 100 at 10 shillings, then we cancel out the balance to W2. Considering the application, we have seen W2 has already received 300 from M2 and 100 from M3, and therefore W2 has been filled to capacity. All right, consider once again that from M3, from M3, we have assigned 300 from 300. So we talk of 100 from 300, and therefore we shall cancel the 300 and we shall remain with 200 from the manufacturing plant M3. Right, now we cannot also once again move to M4 until we have cleared the transportation of the 200 to the next available space, that is W3, and that is transportation of 200 from M3 to W3 at 4 shillings. So we write our 200 at 4 shillings, okay, and then we also cancel out the balance for M3 so that M1, M2, M3 has no balance. We also consider the capacity for M3 being 700 and having assigned 200 from M3, we remind ourselves that the balance now available for W3, warehouse 3, will be 500. So we cancel the 7 and write 500. All right. Now we have cleared from W1, W2, W3. That's already filled up. Now we look at W3. We have assigned 200, but we still require 500 from M4 now. From M4 we require 500 so that we fill up the balance of 500 from 700. The warehouse 3 requires 2 and another figure here to fill the capacity of 700. Therefore, we transport 500 units from M4 to W3. And therefore, we cancel out the capacity for W3. Now, we have assigned 500 from M3, but the capacity for M3 was 600, and therefore we should also cancel the 600 and write a balance of 100. Now, the 100 remaining must only be assigned to only warehouse 4 because already warehouse 3, warehouse 2, and warehouse 1 have already been filled, and therefore we shall look at the 100 capacity for W4, warehouse 4, and the capacity for M4, and we shall assign at the cost of 18 shillings per unit. Therefore, we shall also cancel out the capacity for W4 and cancel out the balance for capacity for M4. That is the optimal assignment or transportation from manufacturing plants M1 to M4 up to warehouses W1 to W4. The exam will also ask you the cost of transporting the items optimally from M1 to M4 up to W1 to W4. Simply we look at the transportation, and from M1 to W1 we have 2 shillings at 700. We also have 6 shillings at 300. We also transport at 10 shillings, transport 100 And again, we have at 4 shillings, we're transporting 200, and then at 13, we transport 500. Again, at 18 shillings, we transport 100. That is total cost of doing the transportation in this question. So the total cost will now be 1400, 1800, 1000, 800, 6500, and 1800. Adding together, this cost will be 1400 plus 1800, that is 3200. You add 1, that's 4200. If you add the 800, that becomes 5000. So this becomes 11500, and therefore we have 13,300. So the cost of transportation will be 13,300 shillings. So the most optimal cost will be 13,300 shillings for transporting from the warehouses, from the manufacturing plants M1 to M4 up to warehouses W1 to W4. Thank you for watching and have a good time.